Hi guys, welcome to my channel, CRYSSY'S Lifestyle. I have with me Liana, Jaheem, and Shane. Now, for this video, we're going to be talking about what advice you would give to teenagers or young adults who are just leaving high school, about to take on the world, so to speak. What advice would you give to these young people?
Alright, so firstly, I would tell them say, not because you leave high school means that you have to go straight into college. Because, well, I know for Jamaica, I don't know for the United States, but in Jamaica, it's set in the system a way where you go to primary, you go to basic school, you go to primary school, you go to high school, and then you go to college. But personally, I believe that you don't really need college. Personally, I think you need education up to the high school level to survive in the world.
And why do you think that?
And let me explain. Because, like, you leave out of high school, you go college for 3-4 years, whichever amount of years.
And I think it's 4 years now for
you go to college for 4 years, and then you get a degree, but yet still, with your degree, you get a regular job where you see probably high school friends doing, and sometimes you get no job. So I think college can be a holdback if you're not pursuing it a certain type of way, because you leave college, you're not going to get no big.
Or would you say it depends on what you're going to college to study for?
Yeah, alright. So if you're going for a doctorate or lawyer, that's different. But if you're not going for something like that where you're going to make a good amount of money, like, I will tell them, go to high school. If you really have a drive to go to college, you go to college. But if not, after you leave high school, you get a job for a couple of years.
But what kind of job are you going to get?
No, you get a regular 9-to-5 job.
That's paying like what, minimum wage?
Not really say minimum wage, but you get average pay, right? You get that, like, because not it, because minimum wage is very low. Alright, you leave high school with a certain amount of subjects, you can get a normal job. You get a normal job, you use, for instance, like a 3-year span as your saving time. You leave straight out of high school, right? You're still in your parents' house, so you use a 3-year span for like save. So you save, you do minimum spending, and you save a lot. And then with that money that you save, you start a small business. And I think that you use a small business to create a bigger business than your other business. And also you venture and you invest, you buy stocks and so forth.
But
that's what I think.
Let's not forget that not everyone is going to have the opportunity to go to college or university. Because for some people, they're coming from a very poor background. The parents don't have the money to send them. They didn't have a saving plan set up for them to say, all right, this is for when my child reach X age for him or her to go to college. And 2, you mentioned getting a job and saving, but how many of us really have the discipline to stick to a saving plan like that? I mean, we're talking about young people here who want to be going out, who want to be dressing nicely. And let's face it, I know in our culture, once you're working, you're going to be expected to contribute to some sort of way in the household.
Yeah.
Right? And we know young people, maybe they're going to say, oh, I will have to get a car. And let's face it, a car is more of a liability than an asset. Right?
So it all depends on the mindset and what the person prioritizes.
Well, that is true.
It all depends. So, for instance, for someone who their parents don't have saving put down, like, try to acquire a skill in school. You learn a skill and you go out and do it.
Right. I agree with that. What say you, Shane?
Alright, a student graduating high school, those are the phase where you're indecisive on what you really want. You don't really know what you want, really. You don't know what major you want to go to. You might know what you want to be, but most student is indecisive, right? So my best advice to any high school kids that just graduated high school, my best advice for them is to like read read on a lot of successful people, successful, inspiring, and empowering books. So you spend less time worrying about hanging out or party, but read. 'Cause when you read, it opens your mind a lot to a lot of different stuff and what certain lifestyle that was lived before you, or certain people that live a certain lifestyle that might inspire you to want to be like that, you know. And you tell yourself that, listen, I'm gonna make a sacrifice, because sacrifice have to be made to bring forth good things. So you have to tell yourself, listen, I'm gonna make a sacrifice, but you gotta know what you want first, whatever it is. So if you don't get an opportunity to go to college, my best advice to you is try and learn a trade. Learn a trade, because to be honest, everybody want to get rich. Everybody wish they could just get rich, but you gotta know what are you willing to offer to get rich, right? And what type of job are you want to? If you want to be a doctor, you go to school, be a doctor. You go get your doctor degree. If you want to be a lawyer, you want to be an engineer. You gotta know what you really want. But sometimes, like I said, we don't know what we want, and I would advise you not to jump into college if you don't know what you want, because you waste time like that. When you go in college, you go in college and you do a major, and then 2 years after you're like,
you want to change
that delay 2 years back or a year back, and you switch major, you just spend more time in college.
Not just time,
and you're wasting money. You're wasting time and money. So you gotta, my best advice is find what you really, really want. That's what I advise. Reading a lot of books, and there's a lot of empowering books that could help you to better your life, to be a better person, character, and a better person to attract money towards you, because you gotta, money attract people who really want it. And you gotta live a certain lifestyle and have a certain attitude towards it and make sacrifice. And a lot of young people don't believe in making sacrifice. They want to live on the what trending.
Live for the hype.
Live for the hype, party, nice stuff, but you want all of that, but you're not willing to make a sacrifice. Everybody want quick money. And they end up wanting to do different stuff that.
And that's when they get involved in illegal
stuff, you know?
Right. And so that will just get you killed.
Get killed or get locked up. You risk your freedom, risk your life. So never get caught up in the fast lifestyle stuff. Always remember that, listen, I gotta know what I really want. You got to know where you want to go with this, what you really want, and you gotta start making sacrifices. Give yourself at least 3 to 5 years. Listen, I'm gonna sacrifice this time out to get there, and then you're gonna create that wealth, and then you can enjoy after. But don't worry about enjoying when you're not secure. You're not even making them dollar. You know, so my best bet, you can learn a trade, and you can even open a business with that. But it's all about what you really want, because I can't tell you what to do. You gotta know within yourself what I will be happy with, what I want to do. I want to do business, I want to be a doctor, I want to work at a grocery store, whatever you want to do. You know, so I'm telling you guys, read, because reading changed my life. And I wish I had read the day I graduated high school. To be honest, I wouldn't go to college. That's my opinion, you know. But everybody has their own opinion, and that's my take on it.
All right, so Leanna, it's over to you.
Okay, so guys, I went to college, and I think that's the best experience you're ever gonna get. I didn't stay away in college, but I think every kid should experience that. I don't care who you are, experience it. So back to high school days, I think you should take that very serious, because that is gonna determine your future, either you want to believe it or not. So by the time you're like in 9th grade, I feel like you should know where you want to go, and that should be your most dominant time. Like, if you're good at a sport, you should be doing like really good, putting your all into it, because this is where your life is going to change once you finish high school. So take that very, very serious. High school should be taken extremely serious. Guys, I didn't think high school, when I was in high school, I didn't really take it that serious. I finished high school, but I didn't take it as serious as I should have. And it's your most important time.
Right.
Because that's where you're going to mold yourself. That's where you're going to learn to be disciplined. That's where you're going to learn like responsibility. So take high school extremely serious. And if you guys love a sport, like be dominant in that sport. Like, take over, extremely take over, become something. You could become rich off of that. And I think high school days, you should know what you want to be, period. If you don't know what you want to be, that's a little rough. And it's okay, I say, do the business thing. But even with business, that can be a little tricky because, look, hear me out. If you don't have experience in that field, you can end up losing tremendously. So you could graduate high school, right? If you have a plan on like opening a business, any business, I don't know, a pizza shop, a daycare, a hair salon, work there after high school, learn the business,
Right.
and then boom, you open up your business. But my advice to you guys, take high school extremely serious. Know what you guys want. There's no excuses. You're not a baby. Do what you have to do, and just from there on out, you're gonna make it. That comes with a strong mindset, maybe a strong background. But even if you don't have that, advice, reading, looking at, I don't know, Crystal's channel. This is awesome advice. I don't know, maybe a friend that inspires you, actress, I don't know, but just make sure that you take it serious, guys. High school is crucial.
Very, very.
Very crucial. It's gonna tell you where you're gonna be at in life. Trust me.
All right, so thank you very much, guys. Guys, you notice I didn't have much questions to raise because I love these points that I'm hearing. They're very valid, from what Jaime said to what Shane said to what Lena said. Very, very valid, very, very crucial, especially in our culture, Jamaica. We know how it is. Most parents, they don't have the money, or they cannot afford to send their children to college or university, right? And as a result of that, the skill set comes in, and we know in our culture today more than ever, the skills are being stressed more than ever. So at this time, I'm going to ask you guys, please, as you were advised by Shane, Jaheim, and Leanna, stay focused in high school. Leanna mentioned grade 9, that by grade 9 you should be focused, you should know what you want. And I know in Jamaica, grade 9, you have your VOC, right? And this helps you to determine the career path that you want to take. Yep. So we as teachers, we often advise students to talk about this with your parents before you make a choice. Don't just pick a particular VOC because your friend is doing it.
Right.
You have to ensure that it is something that you love. And I know in Jamaica we have very, very talented, skilled students, natural. I'm talking about students with raw, natural skills. They have these. You have students.
Jamaica's great.
Yes, we Jamaicans, we are great people.
It's great, the school system.
Yes.
Because, I don't know, but some American schools do it. But most don't do it. Where they prepare the students since 9th grade for the career path. And that's why I get into electrical. From high school, I started learning electrical. And then, I'm being honest, guys, I learned more about electrical and the field of electric than I learned in college. I do more hands-on in high school.
Practicals.
And in college I did more theory. So I did all the practical. I really learned how to do all the stuff from high school.
Right.
And then my experience in the work field, I started working in it. But the hands-on, really, the basic is from high school.
Sorry. But let's not forget also that electrical program in high school was a 2 years program, and Shane actually mastered it in 1 year, guys.
I mastered it 1 year, then I get into business and accounting. So I mastered 2 VOC.
While in high school.
Did electrical, I mastered that, and then I get into business accounting, and then I have the option to get into the business field and accounting field, or I could go into electrical if I want to. And my most passion was for business.
Yes.
And then, like I tell you, when knowledge, people who have experience start to talk to you about it, my interest just drift more to electrical, you know, and I just love it. I love it.
But let's not forget though that with the business knowledge, you are able to carry that into your entrepreneurship with electrical.
Yes.
So you see, it comes hand in hand,
yes.
right? As Leona said, if you're going to be open up a business, you need to have the knowledge as to how to operate a business, right? So business and whatever career path, whatever skill set you want, it goes hand in hand. And I usually say to my students, at a very young age, you can become an entrepreneur, right? Because we have our home economics department that comes with food and nutrition, clothing and textiles. Come on, in high school there's a need for students to have an apron. Here you can make aprons and sell them. You can make cakes, a birthday cake. Sell them. You know. So at a very early age, you're exposed to entrepreneurship. So all you need now is how to manage the business, right? And as Jai mentioned, you need to have the discipline. Discipline is very important in everything that we do.
Yes.
Leona also mentioned that high school teaches you about responsibility. You have to understand that when you leave high school, you're going out in the world of work. So you are going to be responsible for your actions. And high school teach you about responsibility. You have a responsibility to complete assignments. You have a responsibility to ensure that you're on time. And let's face it, guys, if you're going out in the world of work, you have to be on time. You have to have a particular decorum. You have to conduct yourself a particular manner. So in high school, when you're being taught these things, it's not a matter to say, oh, we're putting pressure on you, but it's to prepare you for the world. Whether it is you're going to be going out in the work field, or if you're going to be going to university or college, you need to learn that sense of responsibility, that discipline that is necessary, right? So I am going to advise you, if you can get a skill, get it. If you can get the degree, get it. Whatever it is, do not limit yourself. Do not put any limit on yourself to say, oh, this is it. You understand? And even if things look a little dim for you, because I can tell you this, I never thought that I would attend college, because I am saying my parents don't have it to send me to college. But guys, when I graduated high school and I was successful in my CXC subjects, I saw where my parents went above and beyond to push me to ensure, because I was asked a question, what it is that you want to do now? Where do you want to go? And I'm like, what? And I was feeling like, whoa, this is a huge blessing. And I'm advising you guys, do not waste your parents' money. Your parents work very hard. They make a lot of sacrifices for you. Do not waste your parents' money, and do not waste your time. Time is precious, and once it is lost, you cannot get it back. Oftentimes we will hear adults saying, oh, I wish I could go back to high school. I wish I could do this over, because there are so many things that they would have done differently, and decisions that they have made, they come to regret them. And I'm sure some of you can attest to this. You have older people telling you to go to school, do well, and as O'Shane said, read as much as you can. Knowledge is power, right? And you get knowledge from reading. So most things they're not going to tell you. So you have to educate yourself. And remember, guys, you cannot come to school and learn everything. Teachers cannot teach you everything. Some things you have to learn on your own. Educate yourself. Make it your responsibility to read a chapter a day, something. Right? Reading will make you more intelligent and more knowledgeable. And when you read and you expand your knowledge on a variety of topics, you can talk about anything. And when somebody come and say this to you, you can say no.
Right.
This is not so, and you have facts to back it up. And nothing beats that. So guys, again, I am encouraging you to take high school very seriously. Ensure that you have a plan. At least plan A and plan B, right? You need those when you leave high school. Not saying you have to get it right or you have to get it perfect, but put out the effort. Ensure that you are making an effort to do something for yourself, and ensure that you have that discipline. You need that drive. So don't just go with the crowd to say, oh, my friends are doing this, so I'm going to do this. Because at the end of the day, when you leave high school and you become an adult, you're on your own. And mark you, some of you are blessed enough right now to have parents to do everything for you. But remember, guys, your parents are not always going to be there for you. Some of you may say, oh, my parents have a business that I can inherit.
That's
But
the
guys,
worst
remember,
way to think.
with that business, you have to have the knowledge to operate
Right.
that business,
That's
because if
right.
you don't, that business is going to go straight in the ground.
Mm-hmm.
So, word from the wise, stay in high school, take high school very seriously, stay focused, and ensure that you learn a skill, read, gain some knowledge, and just take time and figure out exactly where it is that you want to go and what you want to do. But whatever you do, stay focused and stay positive. All right. So guys, thank you very much for joining me on this discussion. Please remember to comment down below. Let me know what you think, what advice you have for our teenagers out there who are graduating high school, what your experience has been like. Just let me know down below. Just comment down below and let me know, okay? And remember guys to check out Shane and Leanna YouTube channel and also Jaheem TV, alright?
Yeah.
Thank you guys for watching, and we're out. Oh, remember to like, share, and subscribe.